Good Sunday morning, everyone. Welcome back to VinylSpin Cafe. We have a lot that we're going to cover today, but we're going to be doing new in the bin, what's new in my bin. I have quite a bit of stuff, but I'm not going to cover all of it. And we're also going to be continuing on, because it's new in the year, records that are going to be coming out, released in rumors. That is a very interesting thing. It's good to keep track of that so you know when things are coming out. All right, new in the bin, new in my bin. You don't have anything in your bin. You've never picked up anything lately. But I do know that there's a Fall Out Boy. Are you interested in that? No, there's a new Fall Out Boy coming out. Okay, new in my bin. Check this out. I don't know if you guys ever heard of this guy, but I did not. I can't even say his name. Fergal?
I can try to say it.
Fergal Sharkey?
Fergal Sharkey. It's definitely Sharkey. Definitely. But Fergal, I don't know.
But anyhow, this album was in a bunch of albums that were given to me, and they were a lot of pop stuff, but this one was sitting there, I'm like, well, this definitely looks 80s. What the heck is this?
80s or 70s.
Yeah, but when I did research on it, it has on here A Good Heart. Now, you guys who used to go to the old, you know, when you go to school, you do those concerts.
School dances?
School dances. School dances.
School concerts.
Okay. The Good Heart. But then I put it on my Facebook page, and I'm like, hey, does anyone know this song? And a buddy perked up and he said, yeah, you can't miss Boy George's voice there. And I'm like, what? Boy George?
I know that name. Where's that come from?
Boy George Culture Club. The head band Culture Club. Anyhow, he does sing on this. Boy George does sing on this. The hit that came out, A Good Heart. And at first I was like, no, that's not Boy George, that's not Boy George. But I had to look into it, but yeah, Boy George is on there. It's a great album. I like it. I played it a couple times. I played it and you didn't criticize me. You did. That's what I was playing.
When?
When I was setting up the other day. But anyhow, moving on. Raisin Sand with Robert Plant and Alison Krauss. This has been out for a while. I'm a little hesitant for getting it because this is Robert Plant. It's Led Zeppelin, okay? And Alison Krauss, she's more of a, I don't know what the heck you call her, but folks, country, fiddle.
I'd say folk. Yeah, what you said, folk or country.
But it's really good. It's really good. Both of their voices put together match really. It surprised me, and I'm really happy that I picked this up. It's a double LP, and I think it came with a download code. It has all the lyrics to the songs on the inside. Yeah, I was because there she is there, and they got a mandolin kind of thing. I would never think that.
Is that
Led
supposed to be a
Zeppelin.
Bass or a cello?
That's a big bass.
Okay.
Cello.
Sorry, we've had conversations many times where Dad will be like, the thingy that stands up and down, I call it a cello. Dad's like, no, that's a bass. You sit there and you be like, and I'm like, no, you do that this way and that's a bass. But, you know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you are right. Maybe Dad's wrong for once.
Well, no, because cello are like these.
Cello. Can't you play a bass and a cello with the... We're off track. Okay.
Okay.
All right. In this collection that someone gave me, there was a lot of stuff that I didn't really think I would have liked, but it turned out that I did. And there was like an instant collection of Belafontaine. And this is really cool. I shouldn't have showed that one first. I should have showed this one first. It's him at the Carnegie Hall, the complete concert. And I started playing it, and it's amazing. This is like in mint shape. And then it's got the Return to Carnegie Hall. And then here's one at the Greek Theater. And these are all gatefolds, all in mint condition. All mint condition. And then I got like 10 of his studio albums in my collection as well. So I wasn't going to keep them, but then I was like, man, I really like them. Anyhow, I got two more to show you. This is a Canadian band. I got this at a thrift store. What's that? Jericho?
I'd like to say that's what that says.
Jericho? And it's on Bearfill Records. Now the funny thing is with this, I was waiting in line at this thrift store to look at these records, and I grabbed this. I reached over, grabbed it. They weren't digging through that section. I'm like, this jacket looks really cool. Sometimes something drags you to an album's like, yeah, man, they got to be rock. They got to be something. I'm gonna go out on a limb on this. So I took it, and then I was reading on the back of it, and it spoke about Ronnie Hawkins. Ronnie Hawkins is a Canadian artist, and I'm like, well, he's well known. Okay, I'm gonna get this. And then I was going through more records, and I pulled out something that said it was the wrong record inside of an album. And I pulled it out and I asked the guy behind me, I'm like, hey, are you into this artist? It's a pretty half decent record. And he goes, no. But then he started eyeballing this. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know much about him. And I said, and he goes, well, what shape is it in? And I pulled it out. I said, it's not bad. But he kept going on about Bearfill Records. And I don't know nothing about him. I thought he was talking about these guys. And later on I found out why. I think he wanted it, but I wasn't letting it go, because he said to me, he goes, I think it's Religion. I'm glad I didn't give it up, because it's a really great album. It's a rock, bluesy kind of an album. This last one that I picked up came in a collection that I got that was given to me. I was super surprised to see it. Didn't know who this artist or album was, but it's in mint condition with original inners, and it's Gary and the Peacemakers, Gary's second album. I didn't know anything about them, but I put the record on right away, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it sounds just like the Beatles. And the thing is, they were from right around where the Beatles were. This is in the 60s. A lot of people say that they influenced the Beatles. I mean, and this album is going for quite a bit for some reason online. I haven't had a chance to do a lot of the research on it yet. This is a Canadian put out one on the 6000 series, Capitol Record, recorded in England. But everything here is talking about them being the #1 band at that time going through Canada. So when I first saw it, I was like, it's a typical Canadian band. They're talking about it as a folksy band or something. But no, they're from England, right around the Beatles time. Okay, now we're going to go into, well, we're going to talk about what was coming out. And you got something, you mentioned last week, so you can go ahead on that.
Yeah, so last week in the first episode, I talked about, I was excited for the new Ozzy Osbourne album coming out, Ordinary Man. Recap, Ozzy Osbourne is coming out with an album released on February 21st called Ordinary Man. Mm-hmm. And he did also release the cover of the album, which looks really cool. And there's been a lot of talk and good reviews on the single he released that's going to be on this album with Elton John.
Yes, I listened to the Elton John. I listened to it online. Their voices go great together.
They do. The piano sounds great with Ozzy's voice, too.
Yeah, I really like it. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to pick up that album.
I definitely
I'm not going to pick up the pre-order. The pre-orders are out right now. I can wait till February 21st so that comes out. Next, we got Megadeth. Megadeth, I wanted to cover them last week. Wasn't sure how to approach it. There was a lot of rumors that they were going on their tour. I wasn't sure if Dave was going to be going with them because he was diagnosed with throat cancer and he was going through treatment. Christmas time he made some posts online that he was doing really well. But after we did our last episode, some more news came out and they're ramping up. And I guess they're going to be going on their European tour. And they have a lot of new songs that they've been working on. They were working on quite a few of these songs before he got sick and had to go through treatment. Then they had to put everything onto the back burner. But I guess he's doing really well, and doctors were really surprised, and he's going to be going out there doing that. So the last time that they put out an album was 2016. We don't know what this album's going to be called. A lot of the songs, they didn't really tell us what the names of them are going to be, but they did indicate that there are a lot of songs. And I'm guessing from before it was like 8 songs, and then they got another 3 songs. So that's enough for an album. So I'm expecting after their European tour, we're going to see a new album. Will it be on record? I guess.
Most likely.
Most likely, because a lot of Megadeth stuff are all on record and CD and other for downloading stuff.
And plus, generally, right now, artists are doing more of the record thing because that's just the thing now. Everybody likes to have the record.
Right. Since we're on to the metal portion, I might also get this one out. Instagram, Judas Priest, 50th anniversary. Put a big old thing on there. They were saying 50 heavy metal years around the world. Extravaganza stage show is happening. So, if, 50 years is a long time. There's definitely something going to be coming out. So that's a rumor that I didn't hear, but if you're doing a 50-year world tour, there's definitely going to be some kind of Judas Priest greatest hits, I would think. I don't think that I don't know if they're going to do a new album. I think they're probably going to do a 50-year greatest hits.
What I could see them doing is like what you said, the greatest hits, but I think I could see them doing like 1 or 2 additional songs just on that greatest hits releases. But definitely I could see them doing just a greatest hits.
Or maybe something that wasn't released before. That's kind of in the archives kind of thing.
Yeah.
A lot of artists are jumping on board doing that kind of thing now too.
So another 50-year album anniversary coming out is John Fogerty from CCR. He's coming out with his 50-year Trip album live at Red Rock, which will be coming out on January 24th.
Yeah, he used to be with CCR. Everyone knows him CCR, but he still plays a lot of CCR stuff because it was his songs, right? But I've been following him on Facebook, and every once in a while there'd be a live feed come on. And so yeah, they're working on this 50 year. It's a live album though. So it's going to be interesting to see how that's received. So they did their Woodstock album, and everyone really liked that. So I think this is probably going to be well received as well. All right, let's talk Garth Brooks. Garth Brooks has box set. Every time he comes out with something, it's like in a box set kind of thing. He was supposed to have an album come out in June of 2019. A lot of pre-orders. Certain songs that he released. I think there was 1 or 2 songs on Amazon. It never happened. It's going to happen, but it didn't happen in 2019 when it was anticipated. Is it going to be out on vinyl, do you think? This is the thing. If you really think about it, and you guys can lean in on this as well, every album that he ever put out was on CD and cassette. Well, not cassette once we hit the 2000s.
But CD for sure, yeah.
Everything is in box sets now.
Yeah.
When it was going through the Walmart stage and then the Amazon stage, everything was on CD. And then he brought out this box set, and it did really well. It did really well. We have it here somewhere. It did really well. So do you think he's going to come out with another? Because there was a lot of albums that weren't in that, like his very first one wasn't in that. People were a little bit disappointed that some of the albums weren't in there, but the albums that were in the box set was really good. This is what I'm thinking. Garth likes the box. He likes the box sets of everything. That's just the way it is. And he already did all the CDs. Everything's out on CD. You could have either bought it as a single by itself, that album on CD, or you could have bought it inside of the box sets, all these box sets that he had. And your mother has every darn box set that's out there. I think it's going to be out. He's going to create another box set to cover off another 4 albums that he did.
Yeah.
But I also believe, because he's a part of Amazon with this, and he's selling on Amazon now, this fun album's going to be out on vinyl as well.
You know what he might... I do see that, but one thing he might also do, like you're saying, he really likes the box sets. I've seen some artists will do this one album, and they'll do it on record and CD and put it together as a pre-order that you can get together.
There's no pre-order on physical media yet. It's only for
I know,
certain
you know what I mean.
But yeah, I see what you mean.
Like you just order them together, like the CD and the vinyl together of this one album.
Yeah, because the Rolling Stones do that with their live concerts. They'll have their DVD, CDs in there so you can watch it, and you can listen to it, and you got your album in there as well for vinyl.
Yeah. So we might do that. I don't know.
It's going to be interesting to see what he does. Mm-hmm. But I predict a box set coming out this
year
of some sort.
He's an interesting man, so who knows?
Yeah. But it's not going to be expensive.
No.
I don't think so. Since we're on to country, we're going to talk about, just mention, not going to talk about, but Dwight Yoakam. Blame the Fame. Fame is out January 17th. It's a new album by him. And that's on vinyl. That's coming out next week.
Oh, wow.
So
that's fast.
It's been a while since I've seen anything from Dwight Yoakam.
So, up next we got Red Hot Chili Peppers are recording a new album. There is no release date yet, but they are in the process of doing it.
Yes, they were said. Rumor. Bandmates slipping up, saying, "Oh, yeah, we're working on something," because they got an old member that joined back up.
Really, I did not know this.
Yes, so it's a rumor, but I foresee it happening.
Definitely, I consider them still a young band. I could definitely see them coming out with another album or two and going out on tour. I could definitely.
I didn't even like them when they were.
No, you liked them because I liked them.
And then they started going on television.
Yeah, what was that show?
That Brian...
No,
it wasn't Brian. Anyhow, late night talk show. And then they had karaoke in the car kind of thing.
Somebody's going to know this. I knew it. I was talking about it earlier.
So yeah, I like them now. I got their greatest hits though. Huey Lewis in the News, brand new release on Valentine's Day. I don't know if you guys all are watching this. It's been a long time since he's brought out something that we can remember, something that is memorable. When we think Huey Lewis in the News, we think of this. But that's coming out on Valentine's Day. I haven't had a chance to listen to it yet, but it's called Weather. Alright, indie rock group. Not sure if you guys know who these guys are. I just discovered them myself, and it's called Guided by Voice, and they're coming out with a new album, Surrender Your Poppy Field. Now they're known for doing concerts of like 50, 60 songs at a time. It's crazy. Like I was looking into them, and they did a New Year's Eve concert. It was 100 songs for $100. Just constant. Can you imagine a band going up there, consistent 100 songs? The lead singer was saying that he almost puked afterwards.
I want to do that now. Not puke, but like just... That's a lot of commitment, because just doing like 30 songs in a row is tiresome.
Yeah, right now you can get their albums on pre-order right now, so that's coming out, and I'm not going to pre-order, but I'm definitely going to get the album because I listened to it. I like indie music, and I really like this guy's their style of singing.
So exciting news for Record Store Day. That is coming out on April 18th, 2020. So
mark your calendars, people.
Yeah.
It's official. They announced it.
And we have 2 records for that day coming out. They're 2 rare ones by David Bowie. They're collector's ones. Yeah. Those are coming out for Record Store Day.
We don't know any other ones at Record Store Day. They haven't announced any of them yet, but they did announce these from David Bowie's information people. 2 rare albums of things we haven't heard before. And it's not uncommon because David Bowie, they have a tendency of putting stuff out on Record Store Day. And stop dinging me. Why do people ding me in the middle of the...
This is why you silence your phone.
God! Alright. Better hurry up.
We need a blooper reel, man.
Thank you for tuning in, folks. Sorry this one went a little bit long. Maybe it didn't. I'm going to start editing now. So thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next Sunday. And hopefully... we'll see you next Sunday on Golden Funnel Spin Cafe. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, keep spinning.
Bye!